I wasn't done, but I got cut off. So Carlin Flora suggests that we should see whether we are static in the friendship or switching roles. Switching roles has a few areas. First of all, are you the talker or the listener? Or do you switch roles? Are you the one who gives rebuke? Are you the one who receives scolding? Or do you switch roles? Are you the one who's always initiating? Are you the one being called? Or do you switch roles? And then some practices for friendship to be a good friend. Assure your friends that you're always there for them, even if you're not face-to-face. Keep in touch with them so that they know you're not alone. 2, listen to their problems with patience and sympathy. For many people in trouble, this alone can bring a tremendous sense of relief. Do not play the blame game. Don't point a finger at their lack of discretion or judgment. The lessons and warnings can come later. Help and support must take precedence. I've heard this as connect before correct in other places. Ensure that you're available for them until the crisis situations, ends. Don't say ends, but ends. Actions are more important than words. Until the crisis situations, becomes, complete. Advice, ideas, and suggestions alone can't help in crisis situations. Actions are more important than honestly, I wrote Russians, but I doubt I mean that. Actions are more important. 6, different people react to different difficulties and very different needs. And if you're a good friend, you'll know what your friend expects from you. It may not always be material help. It may just be moral or emotional support. It may be silent understanding. There might be some practical action that might help diffuse the crisis. Understand what your friend needs most at the time and offer it unconditionally. I went to a 12-step meeting. I wanted to understand more about being my own best friend, probably. So I thought it takes me time with dependence, to trust others' inner goodness. Because when they're not doing what I want, sometimes I might feel like they're not really good inside. And as I learned that it takes time for someone's goodness sometimes to be revealed. I don't have to feel dependent on them to become the good thing that I think they should be. I also have my own inner compass. And maybe what I used to think was freedom is actually nowadays sometimes feels like what I would have called loneliness. Now I like to feel free enough to be responsible in a way. I think back to a relationship I was in just until a week ago. Now we're in no contact, but it doesn't mean the relationship disappeared. It just means that we stopped being in touch. And I felt trapped, actually. I felt like I felt trapped that I had to be with someone who didn't want me, who was, I wanted someone who didn't want me. It made me feel insecure, and the person was withdrawn, and there was darkness that was hidden, and I felt there was a hiddenness. And what it led me to was remembering that desires do pass away. And I felt this person emotionally abandoned me when I needed them most, and it really activated a fear for me. And I felt with this person I had to constantly be striving and be useful and sucking up, and even then I also would be raging. And finding something kind of in between begging and lashing out to get my needs met, really. And maybe like the person would sometimes make it seem like I was the bad one because I would get so upset. But I felt like there was something I was learning, which was that abuse can be invisible. When love is withheld and people pretend to want me less than I want them so that they could be seen as the powerful one. And then they want me to be like in the like ejection seat. Like they get to reject me, which has the word eject in it, right? And then like discarded. So sometimes we're ejected for protection, I'm learning. And the last thing that I want to share about a safe relationship, and I would say that all relationships are built on true friendship. So that's what I've learned the last 6.5 months, that if a person isn't a good friend, they're probably not going to be a good partner. So relationship_help 90s on Instagram. He doesn't leave you alone this is a safe relationship. He doesn't leave you alone in the middle of an argument. Walking away to cool off is very different from abandoning the conversation completely. He would rather grow than end things. Real love requires effort and self-awareness and willingness to become better. He does not twist truth during disagreements. He doesn't minimize feelings or gaslight or shut down. He has empathy when you're upset. He doesn't have to fully understand your pain to care about it. He won't ignore your pain just because it's uncomfortable for him. He doesn't sleep peacefully when your heart's heavy. He communicates instead of disappearing. He doesn't choose the silence that creates anxiety, distance, and doubt. There's some silence that brings peace. That's not what this is. Don't use silence. He doesn't use silence as a punishment after conflict. Healthy love talks things through. It doesn't make you beg for basic connection. And then I was connecting to like my desires, because in terms of connections and in terms of what I wanted. And so connection, I hear some music outside. Connections to teachers and students. Love of my reflection and beauty in my beholding. Cells bright and glowing, and to maintain body ease and confidence, and to be a carrier of both the truth at face value and dynamically. And I want to add one more thing that I learned, like that mommies really have to hold newborn babies like a womb. That creates a healthy root. But when I think again about rejection as protection, maybe I didn't get that as some kind of protection. I was straight into the incubator when I was born. So that's all for today. I'm actually doing this video for a few days ago, all the way from Wednesday. Today's Friday. Or it's like Thursday on my schedule a little.